Well, I did it again. January was a heavy month for manga. In my defense, it was my birthday, so that means I'm allowed to go wild. Plus I received manga for birthday presents, plus I bought a bunch of secondhand, plus there's a bunch of sale stuff in here, and I'm so excited to go through it with you. I think we just need to start going through it, so I'm going to clear the stacks we're not going to go through immediately off the table first. Just before we do that, don't forget to give this video a like, comment and subscribe for all the wonderful manga content. I have now planned my videos up to August. I am, oh my gosh, I can't believe how prepared I am. I am like coming up with my ideas for videos quicker than I can film them, and I'm filming them quicker than I can post them, and it's like, I'm so happy, but also you're gonna get videos way out of whack. I'm so sorry. As long as you don't mind. Oh, hello. Please don't knock it over. If you're interested in seeing the videos when I've finished editing them, do check out my members on the channel. I try to make it as cheap as I can, and you get access to videos as soon as I finished editing them. At the time that I'm filming this, I think there's 4 extra videos up for members. They will all go public eventually, just it might be months. Months. I think this video goes up sometime in March, I believe is what I've got on my schedule. I think it isn't too bad. Yeah, let's clear it down apart from the first stack. I literally can't believe there were no casualties lifting those down. Oh my god. Okay, this is our first stack. So right off on the top, we have 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, Volume 3. That's too many numbers. I really like this series. It's like my sort of level of lewd meets wholesome. It's very similar premise to like My Dress Up Darling, where awkward guy meets girl who likes to cosplay, and often the cosplays are a bit scantily is probably the right word. So I managed to get volume 4 for Christmas, and I'd struggled to find volume 3. I found it on World of Books, brand new, and with a discount code it was cheaper than 3 for 2. So excited. There is a lot of brand new stuff from World of Books in this haul. So very excited because it meant I could read 3 and 4 at the same time. I really enjoyed this volume because we've been introduced to another main character, this person who is actually the student's teacher, but she used to cosplay, but she's keeping it on the down low. She doesn't really want people to know that the teacher used to do sexy cosplay, so she's like trying to hide it. It's just so lovely. I definitely recommend this. Do try and find it cheap though, because it's 7Cs plastic wrapped. They're often like $12-13.99 in the UK at least, and it's just too much. But I do like one of my favourite series reads of 2022. So we have Alice in Borderland 4, as always, great, lots of action. This was a really sad volume. Most of the volumes are really sad. I've seen some of the promotional art, it's not art, is it? Promotional pictures and footage for, I believe, the live action on Netflix, and the end of this volume seemed to allude that that's kind of the start. So if you're wanting to read, I don't know, what was I going to say? The next volume of this, volume 5, will be the start of the next season of the live action that's just gone up on Netflix. Well, probably not just gone up by the time this goes out, but ish from when I recorded this. Yeah, it's just constantly quite sad. The games are really interesting to read, and we've had some actual more story and explanation about some of the things that are going on. That's been really neat to learn about. We've had some real story advancements. So I think there's only 9 of these, so we'll have 5 more after this, I think. Because I think there's 18 singles and they're omnis, 2-in-1s. On to some of the first sale manga. We have Ancient Mage's Bride 14 and 16, and I got them both for 50% off. How amazing is that? I got them from Travelling Manchester. We went to the Travelling Man in Manchester because we went to go get some dim sum and for my birthday, and we're like, let's just stop by, and the plan was to spend like 2 minutes in Travelling Man, see what Viz new releases there were, and then bail. And then they had a sale table, and I don't know if they just put it out, but it was full, it was loaded, and I bought like 20 volumes. And light novels, so many light novels for my partner for his birthday, because his birthday's at the end of February, so I'm like, excellent stuff for him. I've been enjoying the series so far, but I've just not really committed to picking up volumes unless I see them cheap, so 50% off, I was like, yes. I think I only have a clear run up to like volume 7, and I've not read past that, obviously, I don't have got the volumes, so being able to get later ones. I think they're quite newish as well. I think 16's not one of the later volumes out. October 2022. Wonderful. So we have Apothecary Diaries Volume 7. I love Apothecary Diaries. I don't know what it was about this volume. I think just it was one of my, that's the thing, In terms of like scaling against the series, this was one of my least favourite volumes so far, but that's not saying it was a bad volume. It was still a very good volume. Just I don't think there were any like mysteries that gripped me as much as they have in the previous volumes. Also, this is now getting an anime. How exciting is that? I won't watch it because I don't watch anime. It's really exciting that it'll bring a lot more people into the series who haven't otherwise known of it. But also there are light novels that people have been gunning to be printed in English, and my partner would be interested in reading those. Next we have Apple Black. I nearly said Applejack. Apple Black Volume 1. So this is by a publisher that's popped up vaguely recently called Rockport, and it does read left to right. There are a few volumes by this publisher. I picked up one a while back in London called Saigami, and this was another one I really wanted to try, and I found it secondhand on Amazon for like £5. I was like, let's grab it. It has $9.99 on the back in pounds, $18.99 in Canadian dollars. Oh my god, that is terrifying. Oh, I'm so sorry, Canadians. Next we have another half-price volume from Travelling Man, and that is Arifureta From Commonplace to World's Strongest Zero, Volume 1. So this is a spin-off from the main series. The main series is an isekai. I never really know what to categorize as a spin-off of an isekai. Is that an isekai? The premise is kind of isekai, but the isekai's typically already occurred by the time you got to the spin-off. So is this an isekai? I think I just categorized it that on my spreadsheet. My partner is a massive fan of Arifureta. He loves the light novels. He's in the middle of reading, I think, the last one, the current one that's out in English, and he didn't know that there was a spin-off, and I got him a couple, I think, for Christmas, and he like lost his mind. Looking on the back, it looks like this is sort of a prequel story before the people are isekai'd, so technically I suppose this isn't an isekai. I don't know. Ascendance of a Bookworm Part 2 Volume 5. I love Ascendance of a Bookworm. Probably one of my favourite isekai in my collection. It's definitely one of my go-to recommendations because it's a very chill, calm, but actually has a lot of interesting stuff happening and going on politically, and with the main character crafting and creating contraptions and stuff from her previous life on Earth. Things are getting good. There was a really big cliffhanger at the end of this volume, and I'm like, oh damn, when's the next volume out? I don't know, it took me ages to get volumes. So I got volumes Part 2, Volume 4 and 5 like pretty much within a few weeks of each other, so I've mostly been binging this series. I ended up reading Part 2, 1, 2 and 3 like back to back as well. I also really love J Novel Club. I know J Novel Club get a lot of like flack for being really thin. This has 180 pages in it. It's so dense. I don't know how they do it. The pages are like, I don't know, they don't feel thin. There are more pages in it than you think. I also buy them on sale a lot of the time. As we have 2 volumes of Beauty and the Beast of Paradise Lost. We have 3 and 5. Now I believe I am now only missing 1 volume, and it is volume 2. But it is only a 5-volume series. Yep, it says final volume on the back of the volume 5. I literally don't know anything about this except that the covers were really pretty, and I think Emma said something positive about it, so I was like, let's give it a go. They're a bit more pricey, so this volume 5 was $12.99 from Planet International, and this was $11.99. Only missing 1 volume. I'll see if I can find it secondhand though, and then I can read it. Berserk of Gluttony volume 4. I've read the first couple of volumes of this and I really enjoyed it. I got a lot secondhand, and then I struggled to find volume 4, and I don't remember where I got this volume now that I look at it. Maybe it was World of Books secondhand? It doesn't feel secondhand. Was it new with that discount code? Not sure. It reminds me a bit of like that time I got reincarnated as a slime, where he can like, this guy can absorb skills and stuff. I don't think it's an isekai though. I think it's just a fantasy with skills and stuff. I can't remember, it has been a while, but it's kind of that sort of premise. He absorbs skills and you got like skill stuff. So it's got a lot of things that I like about an isekai, just don't think it's an isekai. As we have Blackguard volume 5, and this I believe is the final volume in this series. I've read the first 2. I wasn't too impressed. It wasn't my kind of thing. And I think someone commented on one of my videos that you don't get all the answers about what's happening by the end of the series, which does concern me because I don't like that. I like to understand what's happening, and like all my questions and things that I was reading and enjoying about the first couple of volumes was this weird like thing that was spreading, turning people into like killer monkeys, and I'd be really annoyed if we don't find out more about that. But I'll find out when I get to the end of volume 5. I kind of wish that I'd not read my volumes 1 and 2 now and just like binged all 5 volumes at once. Also, I'm so annoyed that we had like 1 colourful volume and then we've had like black, white, grey. Next we have, and these are secondhand, volumes 3, 4 and 5 of Bloodled. If you watched my December, which haul was it in again? My December haul, I managed to track down volume 8 of Bloodled, which is like the elusive volume that's very out of print and hard to find and expensive. I managed to track it down for like actual retail price. So I was like, okay, well now I have to read the series now that I've tracked it down. And I got all of these, I think, for about £4 or £5 each, which is really good. I am now missing, I think, 2 volumes, and that is volume 2 and volume 9. And I have definitely seen them about, so it shouldn't be too hard for me to find them. I'll just wait till they go to a good price, or the second hand again, and then I'll have a complete set, which is absolutely insane. Rest of my favourite thing in the world, things, plural, in the world, volume 5. I hadn't realised, and I pre-ordered volume 6 and got it, I think, for Christmas. I didn't have volume 5, oh. So I picked this up in Forbidden Planet on my birthday, and it was only $11.99, which isn't bad for a plastic wrap volume. Unfortunately, it is quite thin. This is a kind of actually quite wholesome series, so I'm looking forward to it, reading a few at a time. It is quite quick to read, not too much happens, it's just a nice like wholesome GL with boobs basically. But I don't think I've read volume 4 yet, so I've got 4, 5 and 6 to read together, so it's like almost actually would make up a novel volume. Next we have Captain Corinth, the Galactic Navy Officer Becomes an Adventurer, Volume 1, and this is from One Piece Books. They've been publishing a lot of isekai. I don't think this is an isekai though. Oh, maybe it is an isekai! Captain crash lands on an unknown planet. Much to his surprise, rather than the technologically advanced humanity he knows, the humans he encounters there seem to live in a fantasy world filled with swords and magic. That sounds like an isekai. Why haven't I read this? Oh my god. I swear, like almost every series One Piece Books puts out, it's isekai. Please, One Piece Books, talk to me. Please talk to me about isekai. Next we have Catch These Hands Volume 1, and I've seen this out and about in the Instagrammy sphere, and it's caught my eye. I don't know, I think it actually completed recently. I don't think there's many volumes. I assume Slice of Life. Is it a GL? Or is it just Friendship? Which I suppose I'll find out when I read it. Yeah, I generally, when it gets to my birthday, I'm like, I'm gonna try all these series that I've not been picking up throughout the year. I'm gonna go naughty and get a bunch of new series, Volume 1, see what they're like, and this was one of them. As we have Chained Soldier Volume 2, also picked up 50% off in Travelling Man. There's a theme, isn't there? So excited. I haven't read Volume 1 though yet. I heard very mixed things. Maybe I'll try and read 1 and 2 together, but it is plastic wrapped. It's a series I'm collecting, and 50% off is my kind of price bracket. Next we have Chilling in Another World with level 2 super cheap powers 4 and 5. Now, oh my god, I don't know what it is about World of Books, but they seem to get new releases really early. Like, they seem to have new releases before I've seen, like, a month ahead of me seeing it on, like, Forbidden Planet, or in store in Travelling Man, or Forbidden Planet International in Leeds. So I managed to have this one pre-ordered from Forbidden Planet online, and this one shipped from World of Books, and they literally arrived on the same day. This was a pre-order new release they shipped when they got stock, and this I got on World of Books. They both came on the same day. And there are actually quite a few other ones from World of Books. We'll get to them. But this is a really fun, neat isekai. It's very overpowered, but the story is really compelling. I think it's definitely one of the better, like, generic, he's got a lot of silly power isekais. And so the fact that I can now read 2 at once is so good. Actually, one that a friend in real life was like, you should try this isekai. I'm like, you're wrecking an isekai to me? But unfortunately he suggested it before it even had an English print. Okay, next we have Classmates Do Kyusei Volume 1. So I know there are a few others in the series, like, and it's got like seasons as like the subtitles or something. I just picked this up because it was an alright price on Forbidden Planet. Basically for my birthday, my partner was like, fill a Forbidden Planet basket and I'll just like pay for it. I'm like, alright. And this one I threw in. I'd seen a lot of people say it was great, and there was a newish volume out recently, which is why I think a lot of people were talking about it. So I decided to grab it. I have seen the others out and about. I'll try this one, see what I think, and then pick up the others. What am I saying? I'm gonna pick up the others anyway. I'm just making an excuse at this point, aren't I? Next we have a very naughty buy that I do slightly regret, and that is Colourless 1 to 3. And the reason I regret it is because of the prices. They were just so expensive. Look how thin they are. Literally went in on my birthday. If it hadn't been my birthday, I probably wouldn't have picked them up. But I've been wanting to try volume 1 for ages, and seeing it in store finally after months and months and months was very exciting. And I was like, well, I'll just sweep up what they've got. Probably should have waited and tried to like use the World of Books discount code. Here's what it is. I've grabbed them now. I'll see what it's like. Again, heard very mixed reviews. I've heard lots of people say great things, lots of people going it was terrible. I can't wait to try it myself though. Finally, on this stack, we have, I think, the last webtoon series being put out at the moment, and that is Cursed Princess Club. Literally don't know anything about it. I didn't know anything about any of the webtoon stuff, because again, I only really read physical English stuff. So all these online digital webtoons has just kind of always glossed me by, because it's just not the sort of thing I go to. Not that I think like the series are bad or anything. I know how much villainous stuff is on webtoon, so I'm like almost avoiding it on purpose, because then I just wouldn't read anything physically anymore. But I'm just gonna hope that like Easy Press brings over all this villainous stuff, or webtoons now that they've got a print. I don't care. Just give me more of this villainous stuff, please. Cursed Princess Club. Don't know anything about it. I'm still a bit iffy about this webtoon print. I'm not sure if I like the feel. They just feel really bulky and a bit... I think so far of True Beauty and Tower of God, I preferred True Beauty. I wasn't that keen on Tower of God. I didn't get into it, which really disappointed me, because I knew of it because it had an anime and everyone seemed to love the anime. I just didn't really get on with the webtoon, and before people are like, you should watch the anime, I'm not going to watch the anime. I have too much to read. I'm not really interested in anime. I just don't have the time, honestly. Okay, well that's one stack. Now time for me to try and lift another one onto the table. If I can figure out which one goes next alphabetically. Okay, we did have some casualties lifting this one onto the table, but I think we're good. Okay. On top we have The Dangers in My Heart Volume 5, again 50% off in Travelman. I have not read the volumes I have so far, and I am now missing I think 3 and 4, I only have 1 and 2. I managed to get those two like 50% off as well, so I feel like I need to wait to pick up 1 and 2 50% off as well. I'm assuming this is kind of like another slice of life, young romance, high school thing, that it'll be sweet. I'm okay with that though. I've been enjoying them quite a lot recently. In fact, I can already see another one that's in this stack right here. And yeah, they're all very nice and lovely. And I don't know, it's just kind of like, I don't even mind too much that they're quite repetitive. They're quite, I don't know, soothing, calming. To me they are, at least. Next we have a sale volume that I picked up in Forbidden Planet International Leeds, and that is Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life Everyday Misadventures 2. As if it wasn't a long enough title, the spin-off has a subtitle. So yeah, this is the spin-off of the main series. Didn't I Say It's Wrong to Get... Oh my god, I'm mixing it up with all my East guys. Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life? And this is the spin-off subtitle thingy. I still am missing volume 1 of this. This is very thin. So £6.50 is probably like my upper limit of what I'd comfortably pay for this volume. I haven't really gotten too well into the main series, mainly because the manga seems to release a volume like every other year to every 3 years, and I just can't remember what's happening between volumes at that rate. There is a light novel, and the light novel is like late teens, it's charged ahead, so yeah, I would advise don't try reading the series using the manga, use the light novels if you want to. As we have Dr. Stone 24, I love Dr. Stone. The fact that it's ending so soon is so upsetting. I don't want it to end, but also I don't want it to be rushed. It definitely feels like, I know, they're charging ahead. Things are like really huffing it along quite aggressively now, and there's only 2 volumes. Only 2 volumes. I'm so sad. Like, I'm so sad. I've been reading this since like volume 5, volume 6 came out, and we're on like 24. So sad, Dr. Stone. Dragon Ghost House Hunting 8. Now, unfortunately, I don't have volume 7, so I can't read this one yet, though I think I have ordered it and I've got it in a pile of boxes to unbox, which I'll be filming after this one, actually. Hopefully, if my voice hasn't died. I love Dragon Ghost House Hunting. It's one of my favourite fantasy series in my collection. I feel like, no, it doesn't get enough talking about. I think it's great. It's basically a dragon who isn't very dragonly, and he just wants to find a house that he can chill in and live safely and not be expected to be a dragon or have people like attack him and stuff. He doesn't want that. He just wants to live calmly, and it's just him on the hunt for a house. literally it. And it's so lovely. All the characters are amazing. The dragon's amazing. The real estate agent is amazing. Can't wait to read 7 and 8 back to back. Next we have Dungeon Toilet 3, which is the series that people are like, there's an isekai for everything, including toilets. And it's like, yep, here it is. It is complete at 3 volumes. This is the final volume. Literally, the premise is a guy's been isekai'd and he is obsessed with toilets and good plumbing, and he just sort of trying to venture around this fantasy world finding good toilets. Honestly, kind of mad respect to him. It's not particularly serious if you can't tell. There's a lot of really interesting facts about toilets, about like different types of toilets over the years in different countries. Yeah, I would say, yeah, it's dumb, but it's actually still a good read. It's an interesting read. You learn a lot about toilets. Okay, next we have the Faku portion of this haul, and I don't think it's too bad on the spines. Let me check. Okay, there was a nipple, so yeah, we're gonna do this now. Yep, we have 5 Faku. Very happy, though I think it does mean I have so much Faku I need to spread it onto a second shelf, which, the dream. I think Faku volumes are amazing, and I do absolutely adore the title of this one here, which I don't know if I should say it out loud. Can I say it out loud? Boobies and twitchy sticky weenies. We've also got How Good Was I, Twin MILF 2, E-Romantic Days, and Wet and Wild. So yeah, there is definitely one really bad sounding one there. I'm so excited, isn't it? Such a funny name. I love having funny name titles in my collection. I have a few other Faku that I'm on a hunt for just because of the names. Next we have Formerly the Fallen Daughter of the Duke, Volume 2. This is an isekai, and it is by Tokyo Pop. I've been really enjoying this. I have my Volume 3 who's actually just shipped to me. It's not here yet, but I'm very excited to open it. This girl has definitely been isekai'd into like a game that she's played, and she's kind of like having problems where she's like going back and forth a little bit and she's getting confused, but she's remembering things about the plot when she goes back, but she's only back for like 10-20 seconds and then she's back into this. She's basically, it's kind of like a villainess isekai, except she isn't a villainess. She's been painted to be a villainess, and even though she isn't, and she's had to run away to like not get, I can't remember if she was going to be exiled or something, or killed. Something bad was going to happen, so she ran away. And she's been kind of taken in by this other guy. I don't think he's on the cover of this one. He's been taken in by this guy who is actually part of a kingdom. Now she's living there, and a whole bunch of other stuff's happened. It's very over the top. It's great. I really like it a lot. So we're very excited for Volume 3. Tokyo Pop does mean it's a bit more expensive though, so maybe, yeah, again, try and find it second-hand or discounted. I think I bought my Volume 3 for about £8, which isn't too bad, unfortunately. Ooh. Next we have 2 volumes of Fruits Basket, the Collector's Edition 6 and 7. So I think with these, I now have like 8 volumes, but it's like, I think I have 1 to 7 actually as a clear run, and then I also have volume 10, which I got second hand. I love the colourful rainbow spines on these. I'm so excited. Actually, are they right behind me? I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if it'll be cut off, but they're literally just there. I think the colourful spines are amazing, and I can't wait to get into it. It's such a classic series, and I know that both Emma and Tiffany have been big on the series, and it's literally, I know nothing about it except something about Chinese zodiac. I think that's about it. Next we have Game Between the Suits Volume 2. Again, I paid a little more for this than I should have, but it was my birthday and literally no holds barred. I'm still not too keen on this though. It's definitely my least favourite steamship of the lot so far. I just don't like either of the characters. I don't like the lack of communication considering they're adults. And is this series complete? I know one of the steamships is complete, I don't remember which. Also, they announced so many steamships and I'm so excited. Also, by the time this video goes out, there's a chance that the Villainess and the Demon Knight might have come out, and I can't tell you how excited I am. Villainess, Isekai, steamship. Yes. Next we have The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses Volume 1. This is another one in the series where I said earlier about like a high school wholesome guy and girl like each other but they're a bit socially awkward. Really enjoyable. However, it's so thin. This is such a thin volume, and I think it was $12.99 retail. No. Please don't pay that. Please buy it secondhand. Please wait for it in a sale. That is not, no. Even though I liked it, I'm going to be waiting to pick up volume 2 until it is reduced. Gunbird? How do you pronounce this? I keep wanting to say bird. It's not bird. Gunbird? Sisters 3. I hadn't realised till I got home I didn't actually have volume 2 of this, so I can't read it yet. But I also haven't read volume 1, so that's not too bad. I met my hourly step goal by waving my hands around. Really, not much more to say about this. I haven't read the series, I have no idea. Except it's got rainbow spines. Next we have 2 volumes of Hatsuharu, 12 and 13, and I got them both for £4.50. Yay! Oh, sale manga. Very excited. I'm missing, I think, like 4 volumes of this before I'm complete. I actually have been quite enjoying this, just volumes are quite expensive and I've not seen them discounted. Okay, next we have Headhunted to Another World from Salaryman to Big 4, 3 and 4, which is another isekai. Basically, the guy is headhunted by a demon lord because he used to have the title of manager of the overseas and he wanted someone to manage his have the water knight lord title, and yeah, it's kind of like a weird like management kind of isekai, but it's still really interesting. Would definitely recommend. I don't think it's great, I don't think it's amazing, but I've enjoyed it. Next we have 3 volumes of High Score Girl. We have 3, 6 and 7. So these again were all bought on sale at Forbidden Planet for £5.50 each, which is pretty good considering it's a Square Enix series. It's complete at 10 volumes. I haven't started reading it yet though. I do have quite a few of them. I think I'm only missing 2 volumes at this point, maybe 3, because I've gotten quite a few secondhand as well. So I'll probably binge it as a whole at some point when I've got the last few. Next we have the Hunters Guild Red Hood Volume 1. So I wasn't too impressed by this. I did start to enjoy it more towards the end, but I just wasn't too into it. And then I found out that it's complete at 3 volumes. I don't know if it was cancelled or what, but it definitely feels like it's going to be rushed if it's only 3 volumes long, or it just like the story doesn't properly end. I don't know. I Can't Believe I Slept With You Volume 3. So this is the final volume in the series as well. Lots of final volumes series complete with this haul. Isn't that so cool? I'm happy. I was unsure with volume 1 because the premise is like basically a tenant going to their landlord, like anywhere we can come to some form of arrangement, and landlord's like, yes. People do say like it does get sweeter, and volume 1 was quite sweet, just a very questionable lead into how they end up in the situation that they are. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world too. Volume 2. Look at how that spine is, like that title on the spine is like, ah. Really enjoy this though. It's an isekai where the guy can go back and forth between the fantasy world, and he can bring all the you can use the skills that he's gained in the fantasy world in the real world, and it's like, he's done him OP, and he's meant to be like he's just a really nice, amazing guy who like people have always been mean to him, bullied him his entire life, and now things are looking up for him, and it's like good things come to good people. It's like that kind of mentality, and all the people that have been mean to him are starting to have like repercussions and stuff. I've been enjoying it. It's very like, it's not very serious. Everything like wraps up nicely so far, but I've enjoyed it. Final volume on this stack is I Was Reincarnated as the 7th Prince So I Can Take My Time Perfecting My Magical Ability 3. And I've just realised I have not read my volume 2 yet. I'm a bit behind. Look at that spine. See, it isn't an isekai, even though it's got reincarnation in the title. He is reincarnated into the same world instead. He like dies and he is reincarnated as a prince in the kingdom that he was in, basically. And he's got loads of really overpowered skills, and yeah. It was quite fun, quite an interesting read. I do need to read 2 and 3 because I did enjoy it. It's time for another stack! Right, time for the next stack. On top we have The Iceblade Sorcerer Shall Rule the World 3. I have not read 1 or 2 yet. I feel like they've come out quite quick. I think I got 1 and 2 for Christmas, and now there's a 3rd one out. Very behind, I haven't read it. I don't know anything about it, apart from on the back it says, for fans of the Irregular at Magic High Score and a certain magical index. These stacks are not going to survive. Okay, next we've got I'll Never Be Your Crown Princess 2. So I did have this on pre-order at Forbidden Planet Online, but they just hadn't gotten stock in, and I actually found it on World of Books for a little bit cheaper, brand new with a discount code. So I ordered it and very happy. Really enjoy this isekai steamship isekai. I feel like this one was a little bit more tame than volume 1. I'd have happily seen a bit more, I don't know, drama in volume 2, but I have volume 3 on pre-order, which comes out in the next month or 2, so I'll hope on that one. Okay, next we've got I'm Kinda Chubby and I'm Your Hero, volume 1. This looked really cute, so I just grabbed it. Don't know anything else about it. Actually, no, I think I saw someone say on Twitter that it's complete at 2 volumes, so it's not very long at all. I'm looking forward to reading that. I might actually put that in my basket after this, because, I don't know, I really want to read it suddenly. I'm just starting to run out of space. I'm the Evil Lord of an Intergalactic Empire, volume 1. I believe this is an isekai. It is an isekai. This arrived actually around my birthday. Did it arrive around my birthday? I'm behind on a lot of my volume 1s of isekai. I know it's so bad. So I think I might just try and do a binge of volume 1 isekais in the next month or so, catch back up, so I know what's what and what's good and what's shit. My partner has read, I think, some of the light novels and he's been really enjoying it, so I'm hoping good things then. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon on the side Sword Oratoria 17? I keep calling it Sword Oratia. When I've unboxed light novels, I kept calling it Sword Oratia. I don't know why. Oratoria is literally the word it says there, and I say Oratia. Where have I got this from? So I managed to grab this for £2 or £3 something on a third party Amazon store. I don't remember what it was called. I put some links, I think, in the Dudettes Discord if you haven't joined. Lots of people post some great bargain finds they find, and I also post bargain finds that I find in there, so yeah, go check that out. They had 6 volumes of manga, and I think I put all the ones I didn't have. They didn't have that many. They did have some JoJo for £8, which isn't bad, but they didn't have much in there. I think the rest we'll get to it when we get to the stacks. But yeah, this is now the only volume I have, but at £2-3. Yeah. Is love the answer? And I hadn't realised until I got home, this is a one-shot. I don't know anything about it. A poignant coming-of-age story about a young woman coming into her own as she discovers her identity as aromantic asexual. There you go, that is what it's about, and it is a one-shot, so I look forward to trying that and seeing what it's like. It's quite chunky, and it was $13.99 when I picked it up. Of course, I put it as part of a 3 for 2, but I have seen it on World of Books for a little bit cheaper, if that's something you'd rather instead. Next we have volumes 1 and 2 of Kamen Rider Kuga. I didn't realise there was controversy with this series until I literally got home after buying them and looked on Twitter. I don't know if it just come out and the controversy had just hit, but apparently there were some issues with translation, and it looks like they've used not people to translate it. I've forgotten the word and way to phrase it. Not used people to translate it, and people aren't happy about that. And there were lots of things issued and apologies, I believe. Who is it? It says Stonebot. Titan. It's Titan. That's who it is. That's interesting. I haven't read it yet, so I couldn't tell you what the English is like inside. Next we have Kami-sama Kiss 5. I am very slowly building up my Kami-sama Kiss collection. Apologies, my voice is going. Very slowly building up Kami-sama Kiss. I know a lot of people in the UK have managed to finally complete their collection of this because of reprints. I am going to keep holding off for good prices because I know some of them have paid retail prices for it, and I'm not doing that. I'm going to keep holding off and hope that I can still do it even if it takes me a little longer. So a lot of the ones that I've been picking up, this one, I think I got for about £5, which is really nice, and I've also got a volume 8 recently from when I went to Tramland's Warehouse, and I think I've seen another few on World of Books, which I'm probably going to grab in the next few days. I'm still not even halfway through collecting the series. I also really hope that I actually enjoy it when I read it, because imagine all this effort, all these people go to collecting it, and then oh, it's alright. I don't know why, that does tickle me at the thought. Okay, next we have The Night Blooms Behind the Castle Walls Volume 1. I was actually halfway through reading this, and then I was like, I'm gonna film my birthday haul and take the thumbnail and everything, and that was a week ago, so this has been just sat in the stack and I couldn't finish reading it because I didn't want to mess up my stacks. This was an interesting medieval almost slice of life. It's about this character who wants to be a knight. To become a knight, she needs to work her way up. She starts off as like a, what's the word? A squire. And she's just like her doing mundane tasks around the castle. It's pretty much the story so far. It's been very chill, very lovely. I believe it's not a very long series. I believe it's quite short, but I'm looking forward to that because I like that kind of thing. Just calming, just calming. Is we have Komi Can't Communicate 22, and I love Komi Can't Communicate so much, and I'm just continuously loving the story. I know people are like, it's repetitive, it's boring. I don't care. I enjoy it, which is all that matters. There are a few bits in this I didn't enjoy too much though, about like a scene with Komi and actually it's this scene on the cover. I wasn't too keen on that. It made me just feel a bit awkward and uncomfortable reading it. Oh dear. Oh, high school teenage girl things. Ugh. Can't wait for the next couple of volumes so much. I want them so bad. As we have Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible 5. Really like the series as well. Very lighthearted. Not too much happens. It's another high school boy and girl kind of like each other but a bit awkward sort of deal. And it's just heartwarming. I like nothing to say. I really enjoy that kind of thing. And this was one, I think, of the better ones for sure. Last Gender, When We Are Nameless, Volume 1. I'm not sure how to describe this one. I don't want to mess up and say something wrong. I don't want to accidentally put my foot in it. I want to make sure I can express what this series is about correctly. Welcome to Bar California, a place for you to reveal your true self. People of different genres, propensities, and sexual orientations gather at a certain chic bar that's hidden from the public eye. While some come in and search themselves, others step into the establishment looking for sex and love. There are as many sexualities as there are people, and the patrons' stories intertwine as they struggle to find happiness. Bisexual trans woman who's been hurt by the voices of others wishes she had a normal relationship. A married middle-aged salaryman secretly expresses his feminine side, and a pansexual cis guy is on the lookout for true love. So yeah, that actually probably does sum it up. It's about just a bar where anyone and everyone is welcome. Be yourself, whatever gender, whatever sexuality, come in, be who you are. You don't have to hide it there. And it's just following different people's stories, trying to express and work through the difficulties that they have experienced as part of that. I think I did it. It is quite a heavy topic volume. Do look into it a bit more, potentially, if you're interested. Love of Kill 1. I have been trying to find volume 1 of this for so long, and then it was about £7 something on Amazon, which is like 3 for 2 price on this. So actually, did any of that come through and make sense? Yeah, basically I've been looking for this for a while, and Amazon had it for just under 3 for 2 price nowadays. So Yen Press used to be £9.99. RRP, and now they're $11.99. Sometimes they're a little higher. So £7 something is under the 3 for 2 price for an $11.99 volume. So that's why I grabbed it. Lots of people say great things about it. I really badly want to read it. I have a whole bunch of random volumes. I just didn't have volume 1. At this point, I think I'm going to wait to pick up the rest of the volumes. I heard somewhere that it was finished. Is it complete? You know what? I can't remember. I'll have to check my spreadsheet. Or at least someone said it was coming to a close in Japan. And then I created a bunch at once. It looks like drama romance. I look forward to that. Lovesick Ellie Volume 7. I really enjoyed this volume a lot. I think I did, at least. I'm confused because I read Volume 8 recently. What happened in 7? I think I remember what happened in this. Yeah, I did really enjoy it. I like Lovesick Ellie because, I don't know, it's not... At least they're dating quite quickly and it's not as cringy a relationship. It feels a little bit more real. I'm enjoying it. I can't believe we're like on the way towards the end. I think it's complete at 12 volumes, isn't it? So we're like gunning our way along. Magic Artisan Dahlia Wilts No More Volume 3. Really enjoy the series. It's another isekai with a female protagonist. And this was great as well. Lots of her creating really neat contraptions and helping people, and I really do recommend the series. Please give it a go. World of Books has some at a decent price. I think Forbidden Planet had some at a decent price. Please. It's only 3 at the moment. Though hopefully, I can't remember I don't remember when 4 comes out. How do you pronounce this? Is it MAME coordinate? MAM coordinate? MAM coordinate? I'm going to call it MAME coordinate. Volume 3. I really enjoyed this. I read 2 and 3 back to back actually, and it's about a girl who is very cute and she is like headhunted to be a model, but she's not very good at it. She's very clumsy, she's awkward, she doesn't have a dress sense. It's about her like improving at that and just having a good time along the way. It was just so lovely. It is an expensive series because it's Tokyo Pop. It's also complete of 4 volumes, and I believe volume 4 is out. I've just not actually seen it in stock anywhere yet, or at least for a good price. I think I saw it on Amazon, but it was like retail, and I'm like, no. Next we have Momo the Blood Taker 3. I've still not started reading this series yet. I'm so sorry, so I don't know anything about it, but I am obsessed with the spines. They are gorgeous. We've had purple, we've had blue, and now we've got green. Oh, I think the green's my favourite though. Oh, but the purple's good as well. It's very good. Well, actually no, I don't know if the story's very good. The spines are very good, but that is not a reason to buy a manga. I will read it and get back to you though. Next we have Moriarty 10, and I realised when I opened this that I've still not read my volume 9. I'm so behind on reading stuff. I've not read my volume 9 of Moriarty. So I've got 9 and 10 to read back to back, and that does actually kind of excite me a little bit because I do enjoy it, and I feel like I'm in such a flow by the end of the volume. I kind of just wish I had another one, and now I do. I do have 2 volumes I can read back to back, and I'm looking forward to that. So not a nice colour. That's such a nice colour. Next we have an Issei press. It is My Gently Raised Beast, and I'm looking forward to reading this one. I don't really know what it's about, except there's like a girl and a cat, and that's the limit of my knowledge. I've enjoyed a lot of the Issei Press volumes so far. Definitely my favourite has been Villains Are Destined to Die, so I am looking forward to trying this one. See if anything can overtake it. Next we have My Happy Marriage Volume 2. Oh my god. I can't believe I have to wait to read Volume 3. What an ending. What an ending. What an ending. This was so good. This was so good between like all the sass and people like, her stepsister just can, or her sister can just like, no, so good, such a good series, such a good series. Realize that wasn't very descriptive, I'm sorry. Okay, next we have My Next Life as Villainess, side story, Girls Patch. Now, I think this is a one-shot, and I believe it's like an anthology. I think it's like a lot of different authors do like short chapters around the story, and they've been combined into this. I haven't read it yet. I only got it, I managed to get it second hand. It's quite pricey volume because it's 7 Cs and it's a big one. It's a big one 7 Cs. It's like $13.99 in store, and I think I paid like $7. This, I do really enjoy the series. It's my first isekai villainess story ever. Didn't know it was a thing. Also my first isekai where it wasn't like OP stuff going on. So do love it. Can't wait to read this one. Look, it's another half price volume. We've got My Room as a Dungeon Rest Stop volume 4. Yay! Isekai, kinda. It's not very good isekai in my opinion, so again, paying half price is my preferred way to pick it up. Basically a guy has this apartment, going out one door takes it to Tokyo, going out the other dumps him into a dungeon. And people in the dungeon can't see Tokyo, and people from Tokyo, I assume, can't see the dungeon. And he ends up like building all these women from the dungeon kind of just start moving into his apartment. It is very weird. I've only read the first 2 so far. I'm not sure I have volume 3 actually, but I think I have like volume 5 because I picked it up second hand or on sale again. Okay, next we have My Secret Affection volume 1, and I know that this has had some controversy on Twitter where the premise is basically 30 years ago, a strange meteor crashed to Earth and heterosexuality disappeared. Everyone became interested in same-sex relationships, and it was like taboo or unheard of to be interested in people of the opposite sex. Except this girl here is infatuated with this boy, her childhood friend, and she's like, what's wrong with me? There's something wrong with me. Where's that panel that I keep seeing on Twitter? I guess I really am heterosexual. It is a bit weird. It is kind of a sweet story. I just feel like, I don't know, it just feels a bit misguided. I don't know. I think it's only 2 volumes as well, so we'll get a conclusion quite quickly. It was also pricey. It was $13.99 in my store because, again, 3 for 2, but still. Art is very pretty though. Very pretty art. Okay, final volume on this stack is a chunker indeed. We have Nana and Karu 1, and look look how, oh gosh, look how chunky this is. So this is published by Faku, and I believe it's an Omni. I believe it's a 3-in-1. I don't know why they're doing a 3-in-1. I've not seen them do this before. It makes me very annoyed because now I don't want to stack it with my Faku. It's probably going to go where it would actually go alphabetically. Also, it's an ongoing series. I think there's like going to be like 6 of these or something. I don't know, there's quite a few of these. Also, like, my flip through, I don't believe there's like anything explicit. It's obviously adult topics, what they're talking about, but I don't think, like, as far as I've seen in this so far, it's gone to the levels you'd expect of a Faku. I do like Faku publishing. I mean, that's such good quality, but this is so dense. I feel like this is something like someone breaks into your house, this is what you grab to him. Definitely. I'm actually going to clear some of this up because we're going to run out of room. Okay, next stack. So we've got this stack, and then we've got like a smallerish stack, and then we're done. On this stack on top, we have No Longer Allowed in Another World Volume 1. I believe an isekai. It says Another World. Again, another isekai I've not gotten to yet. Why? I'm a terrible person who I got priorities when I read. I'm going to try and read this in the next month at least. Same with the other one that I had in my stack. Oh my god. No matter what you say, Furry-san is scary force. I also managed to get this from third-party Amazon seller for under half price. I have some random volumes from this that I've picked up. Again, half price. I don't know anything about it. Again, I assume high school, lighthearted stuff. So we have Noragami 25, and I realized when this arrived, I still not read my volume 24. However, I did see on Twitter that volume 27 is going to be the final volume in the series now, at which point I am going to hold off till 27 comes out and read all of them together, because I binged most of my Noragami. I think I started reading when 18 or 19 had just come out, and I basically binged all the way up to that in one go, and then it's taken like a year for each volume to come out after that. So it's been a lot harder to read it yearly, so I think I'm going to wait now. They are coming out a little quicker. 24 and 25 have come out within like 6 months of each other at least, but I'm going to wait now until 27's out for sure. Okay, now we've got a stack of a series. We've not had many of these in this haul, which I got on sale in Forbidden Planet for $2.99 a volume. So we have volumes 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 of Not Lives. Please don't ask me what it's about. I don't know. It was on sale and I was like, I'm missing 3 volumes of this. I'm missing 1, 3 and 4, and then that'll be a series complete. I believe it's 10 volumes at least. I'm not sure, but I'm looking forward to it because actually when I got home and looked it up, it was about like video games, and so like actually this might be an inadvertent good series for me to try. Okay, next we have One Piece 101. It's taken me so long to get this damn volume because it kept not showing up in stores. Love One Piece. One Piece and Komi are they're like my favourite series. So getting both a One Piece and a Komi on my birthday is like, One Piece is always great. Always. I have heard things about a chapter which I think is in the next volume, or 104, which I think still might be coming out this year. So I'm like, this is going to be a good year for English print One Piece because finally I'll be caught up and like my friend who reads it digitally can talk to me about it. Next we have Orient 12. I have, I think, 10, 11 and 12 now to read because I've got them so out of order. But Orient, I think, is another series that's been good to binge. I've generally tried to read them in like groups of 3 or 4 a minimum, just because there's so many action scenes, and I think action scenes in like manga is better to try and read the battle in one go, because you just forget who was fighting who, what mid attack someone was doing. You're like, oh, I have no idea what's going on. I might wait for one more unless like this feels like it might conclude. I don't think this concludes the fight. I'm gonna wait for one more and then do 4 at once. Half price from Travelling Man, we have Other Side Picnic Volume 3. I got Volume 1, half price, I think second hand. I am missing Volume 2, but now I have a third one as well, and the nice thick ones, so it's always extra nice to get these discounted. I don't know what it's about at all, but when I get Volume 2, I'll try and read them. Parallel Paradise 12. This is an isekai. It's a plastic wrapped ghost ship isekai. It's terrible. I don't recommend this one unless you're like a proper true degenerate. Yeah, I just don't understand why the women are always so sweaty. That probably like sums up the series. We've been getting a lot of story the past couple of volumes though, which I've been appreciating. Like, what is this world they're in? Why is he being brought through? What other questions about things that have popped up in the last couple of volumes? It's been really interesting, and I kind of am looking forward to the next few. This is quite a long series though. It's like in the late teens in Japan, which just feels a bit wild to me considering like it's just smut in isekai. Next we have Ragnar Crimson Volume 7. I've still not gotten on to read this series yet, but I'll stay up to date because they don't seem to pop up too often. I know some people have been really enjoying it. I just need to stop reading it. But it's getting more pricey as well. That was one of the reasons I held off picking it up as well. Okay, now we got another chunk of a series. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9 of Reincarnated as a Sword. I don't know if you remember, but I've mentioned a few times one of my goals for 2023 was to try and catch up with a bunch of my ongoing isekai series, and this is one of the ones I really wanted to catch up on, and I've almost pretty much caught up on it with like one haul. So we've got a whole bunch of 50% off volumes, which I got in Travelling Man, and then we've also got one £6.50 volume that I got in Forbidden Planet International in Leeds. Very, very happy. I know it's got a really dumb name, but it's actually a surprisingly good isekai. I would recommend it. It is quite hardcore though. As we have Romantic Killer 2. Now, if you've been around and seen some of my other videos, you might know that I have not spoken highly of this series, and I'm sure you're wondering, why have you picked it up? Well, first off, I like to complete series regardless, in case they redeem themselves, or they get better, or they get worse, or they might get worse. And Romantic Killer, I think I disliked it so much. I want to see how it concludes at this point. I want to see how the imp reacts or keeps going. Well, how does the girl, does she put up with it? Does it change her? Does she stay true to what, like, her loves, her interests and stuff? I know a lot of people have said, like, the anime is much better, but I don't watch anime. Not like, it's not like a, ew, I don't want to watch anime. It's a, I don't have the time. I don't have the time to read manga and watch anime, so I'm always going to go for reading the manga. And if the anime is better than the manga, great. I'm not going to watch it. It's like with Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is one, I think, where the manga, the anime definitely gives the manga something the manga obviously doesn't have. The animations are absolutely insane, and it definitely aids Demon Slayer to ascend higher than what I thought of the manga, if that makes sense. I just think Romantic Killer, the plot is so weird, trying to force a 15-year-old to get with guys to breed and taking away everything she loves and telling her that games are for children and if she eats chocolate she'll get acne and no boys will want her. It just feels quite mean-spirited and it's just not for me, I think. But I do want to see how it ends, how it wraps up. I do really enjoy reverse harems, so the fact that this one's bothered me genuinely upsets me. As we have Royal Tutor 16, which is another volume I got for like £3, brand new, on this third-party seller on Amazon. It isn't a particularly easy series to track down. I have like, I think 11 volumes, 10 volumes of the series now. I'm just slowly patching it together. It's been years I've been collecting this though, years and years and years. As we have Run Away With Me Girl 1. I was going to say, is this a one-shot? No. Again, don't know anything about this. This was part of my grab random volume ones because I can birthday treat. So yeah, don't know anything about it. Hopefully it's good. I'll find out. Run on Your New Legs 3. Now this, if I wasn't rushing so bad, I wouldn't have probably picked this up. I needed to get out. I was running late for something and I needed one more volume in a price bracket, and this was in the price bracket, and it's a series I've been tempted to pick up for a while, so I grabbed it. I don't have volumes 1 or 2, but it has been on like my want to try list, so I was like, that makes it okay. But I had to leave, and it was basically I couldn't throw away a free manga, and also I didn't want to put some back. I'll try and track down 1 and 2 at some point this year, hopefully on sale. As we have Sakamoto Days Volume 5, been enjoying Sakamoto Days quite a bit. I actually forgot I picked up my Volume 5. I might have read it by now if I'd remembered. Yeah, I know both Emma and Tiffany have been enjoying the series as well, which is great. This one is another one I picked up slightly blind, and it is Shonen Note Boy Soprano, Volume 1. Don't don't know anything about it. A moving and musical coming-of-age series from the creator of Our Dreams at Dusk. Oh, okay. I know that series. Oh, he sings, and it's about his voice starting to change because he enters puberty. Oh, okay. That'll be an interesting read. I wonder if it'll be sad, though. I don't like sad things. I thought the cover was really pretty, though. Okay, next we have, on the final on this stack, we have Something's Wrong With Us, 10 and 12. It's been a bit of a pain tracking these down. I think I got these from World of Books. So I have read 10, 11, 12 now, and I think that's mostly up to date. I don't know when 13 comes out. They keep we had like a year between like 6 and 7, and now we're getting a volume like every other month. I've enjoyed this arc way more than the first arc in the story. I have some thoughts about where it might go next, but it looks like something big's about to happen at the end of volume 12, so I'm looking forward to that. These are quite quick volumes to read. It's probably my main gripe with it at the moment. I'm going through them so quickly, and they're quite expensive for what they are. I do like looking at the sweets, though. That's great fun. Our last stack. What have we got? Okay, so we've got some volumes that my partner picked up. So we've got Spriggan, volume 2. Look at this chunky boy. I don't have anything to say because I've not read the first one, and I didn't pick up this one. My partner did. Except look at how chunky that is. That's like all I've got to say. Okay, I wasn't really sure about picking this one up, but when I saw it for like £4, I was like, why not? And we've got Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, published by Dark Horse Comics in like 1999. I didn't even know this was a thing. It is left to right. The spine looks a bit weird, but it is English on the inside. And it looks like manga. It doesn't actually look too bad considering how old it is. It's hard to open a little, and I'm a bit nervous to open it any wider, but I do love me some Star Wars. Big Star Wars fan. If they have done a Revenge of the Sith one, I need to find that. Absolutely. That's quite exciting. Okay, I'll do these two together. We have got Steins Gate 01 and Steins Gate the Complete Manga. So I already have Steins Gate 03, so he just needs the second one to complete that. And this, I think, is a one-shot. Again, I don't know much about it, too much, except he's very excited. And they're chunky. All the chunkies. Okay, next we have 3 volumes of Super Women in Love 2, 3 and 4, all gotten for £6.50 each in Forbidden Planet. Again, I kind of grabbed them because they were on sale. I'll try and track down a volume 1 and then I can see what it's like. Next we've got another sale volume from Forbidden Planet, which for £6 I think. We have Syrup, a Yuri anthology. I think it's the second one. I don't really understand what, like, does that mean there's lots of different artists? Is that what it means when it says anthology? I think it does. But I'm missing the first one. I don't know, is it an ongoing story? I literally have no idea. I didn't look into it at all when I got home. Next we have Tales of Wedding Rings Volume 9. This is a plastic wrapped series. It's an isekai. I am missing I think 1 volume and then I'll be up to date I think. I got this on half price. I believe it was like £5 or $4.99, which is quite good for a big yen press, especially plastic wrap. Plastic wraps always seem to cost more. Looking forward to getting more into this. I read the first couple. It is properly degenerate kind of isekai levels, so my kind of thing, basically. Next we have The Titan's Bride 2. I'm sure a lot of people do know about this out and about. It is a BL isekai, so I knew of it as an isekai. I didn't know it was BL until I'd already ordered it. One word to describe it is girth. Girth. And girth again. That's 3 words. But it's the one word just used 3 times to emphasize. It is kind of sweet. It is very explicit. There is no censoring of stuff occurring. You see it all. You see it all. And you're like, ow. Ow. Next we have Unnamed Memory Volume 1, and this is based on a light novel that my partner already owns. I don't think he's read it though. I actually quite enjoyed it. It is a fantasy, not an isekai, just fantasy, and it's about a really powerful witch, and she lives atop a tower away from everyone else, and this prince of a kingdom comes along, or is he king? I'm not sure. Yeah, he's a prince. He comes along and he's like, I've got a curse. How can I get rid of it? And basically, through a situation, the witch ends up going to live in the palace with the prince for a period of time to see if they're compatible to marry. I think it's kind of romantic-y, but also she's very powerful, and just like lots of little things were happening and she was like using her abilities to help solve mysteries and stuff. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. Can't wait for another one to come out. I think the second one is already out and I'm so excited. Okay, next we got a Vinland Saga volume 10. Very slowly picking this series up. I picked this up secondhand, I think, for £10. That is pretty much the price I'm trying to pay for all my Vinland Sagas, £10. So I've now got, I think this is my 6th Vinland Saga that I own. I have 1 to 4 and then a couple of random ones. It's going to be a very long while to pick these up, but I'll have done it for a good price and I'll be very happy about it. As we have Welcome Back Alice Volume 4, this was a Forbidden Planet pre-order. I haven't started reading the series yet. Why? I don't know. I just haven't, I'll be honest. So I don't know anything about it. I'll get to it at some point. Who Wants to Marry a Billionaire Volume 4. Really enjoyed this series. It is a plastic wrapped, it's Ghost Ship. Basically, it's kind of like a dating game show, but it's like a underground black market kind of dating game show. A lot of the contestants have dubious histories. The contestants are asked to do dubious things by the bachelor to figure out if he would want to marry them. But we've got a lot of story progression in this volume. We learned so much stuff in this and you're like, oh my god. And it's like kind of flipped the story on its head, and I believe it's complete at 7 volumes, so we are now over halfway through the story, which does make sense for like some form of flipping it. Can't wait for more. I can't wait for more. It's so good. So good. I love the mystery and the boobs. Okay, next we've got Wicked Trapper Hunter of Heroes Volume 1. It's plastic wrapped and I did not realise it was an isekai until I got home. I just like sensed this. Like, what's this? What's this? Let's try this. Oh, it's an isekai. It's an isekai. Knew it. Plastic wrapped isekai. Very excited. I just haven't read it yet. Obviously, it's still plastic wrapped. I haven't read too much from my birthday stack because I was trying to hold it back to film this video. We are close towards the end though. We next have Witch Atelier Volume 10. I did have this on pre-order at Forbidden Planet, but they didn't have stock, so I ended up picking it up, I think, from World of Books for a slightly discounted price. Or was it Forbidden Planet? I can't remember. As in Forbidden Planet International in store. Can't remember. Did enjoy this volume. I think it did get quite dark. There are some very dark moments. You feel very sad. I feel like the series is getting a lot darker. I missed it was like all light and making fun magic, though I suppose it didn't particularly start out too jolly. Yeah, but I do still enjoy the series. Artwork, as ever, gorgeous and stunning. I think 11 comes out in the next couple of months as well. Yes. Next we have World's End Harem Fantasia 7. I still haven't read 6. I keep forgetting I've not read 6 until like my partner's like, can I read 6 yet? And I'm like, oh. No, I've not read it yet. So I should really read these back to back. This is a spin-off from the main series World's End Harem, where it's like set in a fantasy world, Fantasia. But it's obvious it's also quite similar-ish, kinda ish. Yeah. Just need to read it. Finally, we have Yakuza Reincarnation 3 and 4. This is another series where the same thing happened, where I had this on pre-order from Forbidden Planet and I ordered this from World of Books and they arrived on the same day. This is about like an old guy who used to run a Yakuza gang, was like the boss guy. He's been reincarnated into the body of this like princess in a fantasy world, and it's like in this princess role but he's still got like his Yakuza mannerisms. It's great. It's hilarious. It's silly. Really enjoyed it. It's also, he is like kind of ish OP because he's got like his skills of fighting from his previous life. So people don't expect it from a princess. And I can read 3 and 4 back to back, so it's like half the series again in one go. Very excited. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you really enjoyed it. Do let me know in the comments down below what you thought of my haul. What did you think of what I picked up? What did you think of like the prices I paid? There is going to be a video soonish after this one where I reorganize and put all of my manga away. Basically, I've not put any manga away since early December. So the December haul, the Christmas haul, my birthday haul, some unboxings I've done, including like unboxings I've not yet filmed. Probably all of my February haul as well needs to be put away. I've not put any of it away. Basically, I stopped when I wanted to film my collection tour and I've not put anything away since, and I need to do a big reshuffle because when I have to start moving some of the manga up to the second manga room, and that's going to be a big job. And I'll probably film some of it. You'll just hear it's just me swearing consistently for like 40 minutes. Yeah, thank you so much. Don't forget to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe for loads and loads and loads of manga content. So many videos coming your way. And also check out my social media and affiliate links found down below, including the Dudettes Discord server and an affiliate link to Forbidden Planet, where I did get quite a few of these for great prices on pre-order. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have the most wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye!